Hi, my name's Dionna, and this is my testimony. I started doing drugs at an early age, and it spilled over into my adult life. I was pretty much hooked on meth. I drank and other things. I wanted to quit, but it was hard. And my mom started coming to church here, and she started bringing my kids. It came to a Christmas play that they were doing. And so, I filled out a visitor card. And my mom also had put me on a prayer list for salvation. And I couldn't tell you how long they prayed for me to be saved, but I know it was a long time. Someone I worked with had also given me a gospel tract, and I would read it occasionally. And I'd get to the part where it said, if thou shalt believe that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. And I would stumble at that part, And I prayed, God, I don't want to go to hell, but I don't understand. And I don't know how long it was from me praying that until one day there was a knock at the door, and my aunt said, honey, there's someone out the door for you. So I went down there, and it was John Nordstrom. I believe he's a missionary that goes to different churches and teaches people how to share the gospel. And he had Brother Frank Williams with him. And he said, do you know you're a sinner? And I said, oh yeah. And he said, are you 100% sure if you died right now that you would have a home in heaven? And I said, no. And he said, would you like to? And I said, yeah, come on in. And we sat down in the living room, and he opened his Bible and he shared verses with me, and it helped me understand, the things that I wasn't getting. I mean, I knew I sinned because I knew I'd done bad stuff, but I didn't realize that it was because it was God that said, don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, honor your mom and dad, So once I realized that, I was like, oh yeah, I have offended a holy and a righteous God. And there's a penalty, and I already knew I didn't want to go to hell. But then he told me the good news about, Jesus shedding his blood for me on the cross, and if I would just accept his free gift, and would I like to? And I said, oh yeah. And I got saved that day. And first thing I did was call my mom and tell her. I think she was more excited than I was. And she asked me if I wanted to go to church, and I said yeah. So that's starting on, getting me here. And it took a while to get clean. I think cigarettes was actually the hardest, but I don't count that first year because I think it took about a year to get off everything, But I've been clean ever since, almost 20 years, and God gets all the praise and glory for that because I couldn't do it on my own, He's changed me from the inside out. I no longer have potty mouth. I see things different. My daughter commented on how I interact with my granddaughters. I used to yell at my kids a lot. I had no patience. But with the grandkids, I treat them different. I treat people in general different. I'm kinder, and I care about what people see in relation to, how does this affect, the Lord, my testimony. We all have times when we forget, but, and yeah, please forgive me, Lord, for the days I did wreck it, but, I'm just not the same person. I'm still learning to trust him for everything, and it always strikes me as odd because I'm like, you're willing to trust him to save you from hell and live with him eternally in heaven, but you won't trust him with your problems, So I would say Isaiah 41:10 has got me through a lot. Because when I first got clean, I had to learn to deal with emotions. And what is this, an emotion? I'm happy, I'm sad, how do you deal with this? But Isaiah 41:10, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. When things get hard, that's one of the verses that's really got me through. Trying to learn to trust and depend on him. If God can save me, he can save anyone. I didn't really want to go into detail about the sin part because I don't really want to glorify that, but I was bad, really, really bad. I was probably going to end up dead or in prison, If you feel that he is calling you, if you feel that you need to look into this, don't hesitate. I don't regret getting saved. And as far as seeing old friends and stuff, I really don't very often. I run into them once in a while, but don't be afraid to walk away from your old life and leave all those things behind. You know, it's worth it.